Have you ever noticed how some days your brain just doesn't work the way it should? You try to focus, but your thoughts feel slow. You try to concentrate, but your mind keeps drifting away. And even the simplest tasks start to feel unusually difficult. It's frustrating, and most people assume it's just because they're tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. But what if that's not the real reason? What if your brain isn't actually tired at all? What if it's just operating on the wrong frequency? It might sound strange at first, but this idea is deeply connected to how your brain actually works. Your brain is not silent. At every moment, it's producing tiny electrical signals, patterns that scientists call brain waves. These brain waves are constantly shifting, depending on your mental state. When you're stressed, anxious, or overstimulated, your brain moves into faster, more chaotic frequencies. But when you're calm, focused, or deeply engaged, your brain slows down into more stable and synchronized patterns. And one of the most powerful of these patterns is known as the theta state. This is the same state your brain enters right before you fall asleep. It's also strongly linked to creativity, memory, learning, and deep mental clarity. In other words, it's one of the most productive states your brain can be in. But here's the problem. In today's world, most people almost never reach this state during their daily lives. Constant notifications, stress, and information overload keep the brain locked in high-frequency patterns. And over time, that creates mental fatigue, lack of focus, and that feeling of being mentally drained all the time. Now here's where things start to get really interesting. Researchers have found that your brain doesn't just create frequencies. It can also respond to them, especially when they come from sound. Certain sound patterns can actually influence your brain waves, gently guiding them into a different state. This process is known as brainwave entrainment. Think of it like this. If your brain is like a musical instrument that's slightly out of tune, sound can help bring it back into harmony, not by forcing it, but by giving it the right pattern to follow. And when your brain begins to follow that pattern, everything starts to shift. Focus becomes easier, thoughts become clearer, and that constant mental noise begins to quiet down. Some people who experiment with these types of sounds report something unexpected. Not just better concentration, but a feeling of mental reset, like their brain is finally working with them instead of against them. And the most surprising part, it doesn't require hours of effort. In many cases, just a few minutes of the right sound is enough to trigger that shift. So maybe the issue isn't that your brain is weak, or tired, or broken. Maybe it's simply out of tune. And if that's true, then the real question isn't whether your brain can improve. The real question is, what happens when you finally tune it to the right frequency?